Senator. Senator Cullinane, you have 5 minutes.
Last welcome first of all to the House Minister. There's no doubt that this is an anti-children, anti-family, anti-jobs budget. And Minister, you said in your own contribution that all of what is in this budget is necessary. But you failed to outline exactly what is in the budget in detail. So let me put on the record a lot of what is in the budget, at least what we know about, because we are all still trawling through the detail. An unfair property tax, which is not linked to ability to pay. Job seekers' benefit has been reduced by 3 months. Reductions in the household benefits package. A reduction in child benefit of at least €10 per child. Trebling of prescription charges for medical card holders. Reductions in the threshold for the drug payment scheme. The removal of the medical card for some senior citizens. Taxing maternity benefit. Cutting the respite grant, again one of these cruel cuts. A reduction in the allocation of funding to the VEC and to other higher education authorities. Reduction in payments to farmers, such as the suckler cow, reps and early retirement payments. Increases in college fees this year, next year and the year after, and a lot more. And one of the things about this budget, of course, is that the high earners in this state have not been asked to pay 1 extra cent in taxation. People who earn over €100,000 a year and more have not been asked to pay 1 extra cent in taxes. And yet, ordinary working people, the people who bore the brunt of the last 5 austerity budgets, are the same people, those families who are being cut again. Let's first of all take your property tax, which is not linked to ability to pay, which will be for a family who has a home to the value of €200,000, will cost them €320 a year. €320 a year for a modest house, an average house in price in most of the country. So we could have a situation, Minister. We could have a situation, and we can talk about Northern Ireland, but we're talking about people who live here. People don't buy that argument, Minister. People are not buying that argument because they know it's different in the north and they know what people get. And I will get to I'm dealing with the property tax. I'm dealing first of all with the property tax.
Go and live there.
Well, if you want to be silly, then be silly. But let me come back to the property tax. We will have a situation. We will have a situation where, if you want to join Fine Gael, Senator. Don't be just an independent or the Labour Party. Join those parties and defend their policies if you want. But the people out there know this is unfair. Let me come back.
Can we have some silence for the speaker,
We will have a situation where we will have some number of people living in a house who are on high incomes, paying exactly the same property tax as some people who are on low incomes living in a similar house. Because of course it is not linked to ability to pay, and that is grossly unfair. It is grossly unfair. It is grossly unfair. Of course it's fair. Of course it's an argument. It's an argument against a property tax which is not linked to ability to pay. It is not linked to ability to pay. The Labour Party told the people of this country before the last election that there was 2 red line issues for them. They would not cut child benefit and they would not increase college fees for students. And what did they do? Increase college fees and cut child benefit. You turned your backs on the very people who voted for you because they wanted the Labour Party to protect them, and you failed to do so. You absolutely failed. You absolutely failed to do so.
Senators, can we have a speak interruption? You have 55 seconds left now.
You are going to say, Minister, that we need this property tax to pay for local services. I was in contact with the city manager in Waterford City Council, whose budget has been cut by 6%. So you're slashing the budgets of local authorities, cutting back on their ability to be able to provide services. You're increasing a property tax which is simply that, a tax, and it is going into a big black hole, as we know, and it is not going in to fund services. So the last time when you brought forward your household charge, you assumed that you would sail through, that people would accept this. It's only €100 and it would sail through, and how wrong you were. And the last thing I'll say is this, the last thing I'll say on the property tax is this, that you've then said to people on low incomes, you can defer your payment, and then you're going to charge them 4% interest. Very low income earners, charge them 4% interest for deferring their payments. You should be ashamed of yourselves for putting in front of us a budget which again impacts disproportionately on most middle income, lower middle income and low income families and those people on welfare who needed to be protected. Not 1 cent in a pay cut for politicians, not 1 cent in extra income taxes for higher earners, no wealth tax, no fairness, just more of the same, more of what we got from Fianna Fáil. That's what you and the Labour Party have delivered for the people of this country, and you should be thoroughly ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of yourself. And the Labour Party should be ashamed of themselves.
Senator, you are now putting into time and doing